This is Jesse Dickens, Liverpool fighter. Make sure you subscribe to Sport and Icons.
Now, ever since the semi-finals of the WBSS tournament has been announced with George Groves versus Chris Eubank Jr. and CALLUM Smith versus Jürgen Brähmer, all the attention and the media and the hype has all been around George Groves and Chris Eubank Jr. Maybe rightly so, but of course a lot of people are overlooking the fact and have almost forgotten, if you like, that CALLUM Smith also has a semi-final fight against the German Jürgen Brähmer. And again, that's 1 week later. But of course, next week we'll talk more about that fight. But for now, CALLUM Smith, he's been talking about the Eubank and Groves fight and him being confident that he could beat the winner anyway. And this is what CALLUM Smith had to say. I'm in boxing to become the best in the world, and I have the big domestic fights. It doesn't really get much bigger than a world title fight against Groves or Eubank. Of course, I'll be lying if I said I didn't look at that fight, but I knew I had two tough fights to get there, and I've come through one against Eric Scotland, and I've got another one against Jürgen Brähmer. I entered the tournament to become a world champion. I beat Brähmer, and I get to fight for the world title in a big domestic fight, so I couldn't really ask for anything more. I've said before, out of the 8-man lineup, I put myself against each one individually. I felt I had the beating of all of them. When you look at them all as a whole, you think it's a tough tournament, but you've got to take each fight as it comes. I'm fully focused on Jürgen Brähmer. There is a lot of publicity around Groves and Eubank, but I'm trying to just concentrate on my own job and come through my own fight. As far as Groves and Eubank goes, I think it's whoever gets their tactics off right. If Groves stays at distance, uses his skill, uses his ability, and doesn't tire as much, then I think he wins it on points, maybe even hurts Eubank, because he is very heavy-handed. I think if George Groves does tire, then Eubank takes over and it becomes an up-close fight, and then there's only going to be one winner. It's really hard to pick a winner. Probably I would lean towards Groves. I wouldn't like to put my life on it, to be honest with you, but I do lean towards Groves. Winning a lot of the rounds early, having some bad moments late in the fight, but I think Groves can hang on and win it on points. CALLUM Smith statement. That's a fair comment, I think. That, yeah, there is definitely a lot of hype and publicity around the Groves Jr. one, and as I said, maybe rightfully so. But CALLUM Smith and Jürgen Brähmer, you wouldn't overlook either of those beating the winner of Groves Eubank, really, would you? Now, of course, the bookies and most fans would probably argue and say, yes, you know, the winner of Groves and Eubank would be the winner of the tournament. And that's a fair comment, for sure. But CALLUM Smith is so much better than what a lot of people think that he is. He's tall, he's rangy, and he's got some devastating hooks and uppercuts. He's absolutely devastating. And Jürgen Brähmer, he's getting on a little bit. He's quit before against Nathan Cleverly. And for me, CALLUM Smith is going to beat the living hell out of Jürgen Brähmer. It's going to be a little bit touch and go here and there, but I do predict CALLUM Smith to stop Jürgen Brähmer a bit later on. But anyway, like I said, we'll probably get into that one a little bit next week when I think about it a little bit more than what I have right now. But I think it's a fair comment what he's saying about Groves and Eubank Jr. If Groves can stay behind the jab and not allow Chris Eubank Jr. in up close, then yeah, there's only really going to be one winner, and that's going to be George Groves. If George Groves starts to tire, then Chris Eubank Jr. will take over, get on the inside and start teeing off on George Groves, maybe even stop George Groves and ultimately take over the fight. But anyway, that was CALLUM Smith's statement. Let me know what you think about it, and of course his upcoming fight next week. Drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.